morning everyone. I am sure, judging from the title of the video, you're all probably wondering why on earth I am smiling / having a little bit of a pep in my step. Now, I really wish I could sit here or stand here and tell you that the title of the video is clickbait. Unfortunately, it isn't. We are going to address the elephant in the room pretty early on because there's no point making you guys wait till the middle of the video to just share the information with you. This week, I unfortunately had some pretty bad news. Let's put it that way, pretty bad news regarding this injury that I've been struggling with for literally the whole year, literally 10 months I've been struggling with this injury. We're nearly on 11 months now. I went for some further testing and we basically found that along with a labrum tear in my hip, I have a pretty nasty lower back injury. Now, I'm gonna insert the clips while I prep my morning bagel. You guys can see me first finding out the news. This was a very raw reaction. This was literally me going in and out of the surgeon's office. I have since had time to obviously digest and process the news, which is why you can probably see that my mood now compared to these next clips is completely different, but I'll let you guys watch that. And then we'll have a little chat about how I'm feeling now the news has kind of marinated. Okay, the news is bad, but it could be worse. I am definitely gonna have to have spinal surgery at some point in my life. He was like, there's no doubt about that. Like, I'm not gonna be able to keep going without having the surgery. They're gonna have to fuse together a part of my lower spine and insert an artificial disc to stabilize it. And he basically said, like, you cannot get pregnant without having this surgery because it will make it so much worse if you have a baby. And I kind of knew that in the back of my head anyway, but he said that I don't have to have it imminently. I can still run and train. It might make the symptoms worse, but he was like, if you're having this done inevitably anyway, the damage is kind of done, it's just more so if I can manage the pain. So I guess that gives me a little bit of time to kind of consider when I want to have this done, and if I can, run in the meantime and manage that pain. And if it doesn't hurt too much, then just keep going for a bit until I inevitably have to have this done. But I'm not having a baby anytime soon. That isn't even a concern or a want of mine right now. Okay, before we crack into anything else, I don't even want to talk about the fact that my butter is moldy and I'm eating a dry bagel. Like I mentioned, the emotions in that clip were very raw. I'd literally just come out of an appointment that I was hoping was going to give me alternate methods of treatment. I was hoping he was going to say I could have stem cell therapy or that I didn't need surgery, and the previous surgery was maybe being a little bit dramatic. So I didn't get the news that I wanted, and I came out of it, and honestly, I took about 24 hours to kind of cry and feel all the frustrations I need to feel. Now, when I woke up the next morning, I can't even really explain how unprepared I was to feel the way I felt. I genuinely, over the past 48 hours as well, have felt so much lighter and have seen so much kind of clarity in my future that I haven't had for 10 months. Guys, how long have I been talking about this injury? Literally since the first week of January, this has been at the forefront of my mind, and I've just had this big question mark above my head of not knowing what is going on. And for the first time all year, I finally have a diagnosis. I know exactly what's wrong. Is it pretty bad? Yes. Does it feel insanely nice to have the answers? Yes. All I keep thinking to myself is it is such a luxury to finally understand what's going on with my body. And now I have that information, I can close the chapter on not knowing and being confused and being frustrated, and I can start a new chapter of actually trying to fix the problem. Now, I know he's basically told me that at some point I will need surgery. That doesn't have to be done imminently. I've also spent the past 10 months trying to rehab a hip injury, which was never really the root cause of the problem. It was my back. I haven't had an opportunity to even try and work on my back through physio, through strengthening exercises. Yes, he has said that potentially at some point I will need surgery. However, I have decided I am not taking that news lying down. I'm not going to sit here and just accept that surgery is 100% the only option. I understand what he was saying about pregnancy, but that is very far in the future for me. For my running journey, I genuinely, you could call this delusion, I genuinely feel like I genuinely feel like I can get my body into a place where I can support my back enough to run. I do genuinely, truly believe that. I spoke to an incredible physio who's going to be helping me with this journey yesterday, and that is what I want to push forward with. And you know what? If I try this physio and it doesn't work and my body is still in pain and I'm still not able to run, I tried. At least I tried. And that is going to be my mentality with fitness, exercise, all of that stuff for the rest of the year. I'm not looking at this as a death sentence. I'm not taking it lying down. I'm gonna try my best to build my body up in a way that can support myself through everything that I want to do if that is possible. We don't know if it is yet, but I'm really thinking that it is. Even though that future is unknown, I feel really great about it. That was me rambling on for about 20 minutes about how I'm feeling good about my spine injury. But I'm gonna eat my bagel, do my daily gratitudes, and then me and you are heading to the swimming pool, because if one great thing is gonna come out of this, I am gonna be Michael Phelps this time next year. This is human food. Honestly, I genuinely think your dog food probably tastes nicer than this dry bagel right now. It is so busy, and there's literally like 3 people in a lane, which is like my worst nightmare. That actually ended up being such a good swim session. Like, I don't know whether you could see the panic in my face as I turned up to the pool and put my swim cap on, but like that, like a busy pool is, you know, it happens. But at the end of the day, when it's like that, as long as you're consciously choosing your lane based on your own personal pace and you're not like overshooting or undershooting, you're not going to be disrupting anyone else. It's not that deep at the end of the day. I was just really stressing about it because I've never been in a pool that busy, but actually kind of pushed me to like swim a little bit faster and further. Like, I was only planning on doing 750 today because I've not swum in a hot minute. Like, I've had 2 weeks away from swimming, which I was feeling today. Okay, I have something that I need to speak to the group about. There is a man in my building. There is a man in my building, and I'm not gonna lie, like, I maybe have a tiny bit of a crush on this man. When I tell you, anytime I see this man, I'm either wearing this tracksuit, pajamas, and I'm just looking like generally disheveled. Like, I don't think he's seen me look, you know, dressed up, ready for a night out ever in my life. Now, I would say me and this man have probably had 5, maybe 6 interactions. One of these interactions being literally the second I stepped out of my car into the building when I moved here. Who was waiting in the lift? Him. Like, literally the lift door was open and I was like, I think I'm gonna like it here. Anyway, didn't really see him for a few weeks after that. Now we've just had these brief kind of lift interactions. We always have like a nice conversation. I don't know why I'm deeping this so much. It's really not that deep. But if you, hypothetically, had seen him both on Raya and Hinge, would you match with him? Because, like, right, here's my predicament. If I match with him on either of these platforms, it tells him, like, it will come up on his Hinge, like, liked, people that have liked you. Me, literally the girl that lives, like, down the hallway from him. If he then doesn't match me back, I would have to get into lift with him, and he would know that I liked him. I would know that I liked him, and it would just be so uncomfortable. Like, I actually think I would have to move out of the building. Or on the flip side, I never match him. I go about my life as I am, which is absolutely fine. It really doesn't mean that I lose any sleep. And then next year, before I move out, I knock on every single door on this floor, and I find out where he lives, and I tell him that I have a crush on him. Or third option, we do neither of those things, and I just move on with my life because it's way too awkward to try and date somebody that you live in the same building as. For a fun piece of information, guys, I have been here before. I have done this previously. My apartment in Manchester, I dated the man who lived literally the apartment opposite me, and I can't even explain to you the anxiety of just taking a bin out after he never texts me back. Imagine you date your literal, not even next door, opposite neighbour, then they ghost you. He literally ghosted me. And then you have to forever go out into the hallway, take the bins out, get into the lifts. Like, imagine that. I actually completely forgot that even happened. That was so embarrassing. Like, why would you ghost me when you... The chapter was closed. I don't need to dig back into it. Anyway, I need to crack on with my day. But yeah, interested to hear your thoughts, plan of action. Good evening, team. Well, it's early evening. I'm actually heading off to a Pilates. Oh my God, there's a huge argument going on the side of the street. Oh, he just pushed that man. Oh my God, there's actually a fight. Oh my God. Oh my God, please go green. This area that I'm driving through is basically by the metro, which is like where the homelessness is really bad in Santa Monica. So if you ever come to Santa Monica, don't choose one of the hotels near the metro because the homelessness is quite bad. Okay, we're away from the argument now. I'm heading off to a mat Pilates class. I have actually been making a massive effort to include Pilates. I've been doing reformer Pilates. This is obviously different because it's mat Pilates, but I've been making a massive effort to kind of include classes that are going to be like core focused, because my surgeon basically told me that if I can keep my core strength really, really good, it's just going to help support my back and kind of like ease a bit of the pain. So that is why you are seeing me
doubling down on Pilates at the moment. I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm not gonna lie. Previously when I've done it, I've always been a bit like meh, but I think now because there's intention behind it and I know it's contributing towards like helping my running, it's making me like feel like I'm enjoying it a little bit more. I'm actually fuming because I tried to film that whole class and my phone ran out of storage, so you guys didn't get to see anything that we did, but it was good. I'm not going to be running back. The one that I'd done before was a lot more kind of like intense. Like that was very like, it was nice. To be fair, like doing that kind of like early evening was nice because we got to have a good stretch, but it didn't leave me like burning, and I kind of wanted to feel like, you know, like my limbs were sort of on fire, that kind of vibe. Right, are we ready? Are we ready? We going walkies? You want to go walkies? Yeah, you want to go on walkies? Oh, good girl. Put this one on. Yeah, good girl. Is that the right way around? No, this is the right way around. Right, we're going to put one paw in. Good girl. And we'll clip underneath. Okay, we just got to the beach. The beach is weirdly like, it's a lot like, I'm going to say misty. I don't know whether it seems it from here, but from higher up it definitely looks a little bit misty. Are we ready? Oh, look at her little dribble. She still gets really dribbly in the car. You're really all sandy. Come on. Okay, I don't want to put words in her mouth. I feel like she is loving it. She keeps trying to dive bomb on the sand, but we got such a good sunset in the end. Oh, look at her. Come on, good girl. She just keeps trying to run off with anyone that runs past. Morning, guys. The girlies are in the car. We are heading to a beach spot this morning. We're gonna go for a little beach walk. I'm so excited. I've actually got an extendable lead, so I can like kind of let her off and she can have like a lot more of a run around. I think it's like 16 foot. And her normal lead is like 6, so she's gonna be having the literal time of her life. Yeah, I'm so excited. I feel like this is literally the walk that like I've like dreamed about since getting her, so I'm just so excited. I just can't wait to put like her little toes on the sand. She is having her first bath later, so the timing of this is impeccable. What is that? Is that the ocean? Come on, okay, let's go down to the water. I know. Hey, Anna, come here. This girl is absolutely eating anything she can find. Oh, look. Look, what's this? Water? Oh my god. Nala. She's about to get hit. Oh no. Oh. That concludes this morning's beach walk. This little devil tried to eat about 20,000 pieces of seaweed. I mean, to be fair, that is expected, but I feel like she had such a good time. It's so fun, obviously, for her to like dig. Oh my god, she's trying to go catch all the pigeons. I'm gonna hopefully walk her along the pavement a little bit. I'm thinking maybe that'll like stamp some of the sand out of her feet. She's just been eating the sand. We do now have one bath puppy. She's still a little bit damp. I mean, she is going to the groomers like probably later, but I just wanted to like get most of the sand. Why is there kibble on my sofa mist? Eat this please. Treat, one treat, look, one treat. I'm really worried you're going to be able to hear the like horrible tree cutting sounds that are going on outside, but I just wanted to share something really quickly because obviously I think it was Tuesday I said that I was going to go do my journaling. I just want to share with you something I've been doing every morning in a very short segment of this video. Every morning I sit and I write 3 gratitudes in my journal. Now I feel like journaling sometimes can be like really overwhelming and we don't really know what we want to write. I feel like just doing 3 gratitudes every day is something that really grounds me every single morning. I think it's because sometimes we can wake up and for no apparent reason we just have a little cloud over our heads and the day seems doom and gloom before it's even begun. And I think when you can sit down and get out of your head and into reality and just write down 3 real things you're truly grateful for at the moment, it just kind of helps like reset you a little bit. So if you're struggling with kind of like a negative mentality, this is just a tip that I use to kind of like help me, and it's really helped me over the past few weeks. And it can literally be anything. Like mine can be, I was grateful that I took Nala on a really lovely walk this morning. I'm grateful that the sun is shining today. Like just something that you are truly grateful for. I'm not even ashamed to admit that every single day there is at least 1 or 2 that do include Nala. Guys, we're on the move again. It's time for the groomers.
I'm so excited, but I'm also so nervous. I'm excited because like it will be so nice for her to be like super fresh and like have a proper bath, because like the baths I give her, like they're not really like probably proper baths. And also I'm excited for me because I get to learn like more about grooming and how to like properly look after her so she can be super happy. So yeah, excited but like definitely nervous about like the trim that they're gonna give her. Yay. Okay, bye fluffy Nala. As they were so nice in there. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I get really nervous, like I get anxiety like taking her to place like that, because obviously she's such a tiny baby and I don't want to like do too much too soon and like overwhelm her. So I just like chatted to the guy and they were like, listen, like we won't do like the full shebang today, like we'll just ease her in. They were just like, we'll just give her a bath and we'll kind of like see what she's like happy with, and if she's happy with things, and we'll do like little trims and stuff, but if not, like we'll just ease her in today, which was really lovely of them. And like it's nice to go somewhere that like cares about the dog, and he was like, we want to build trust with her and we want her to like want to come back. And I was like, okay, love you guys, bye. And then said bye. Now I feel sad, but I have some like mum errands to run. I was literally like, I need to go to Goodwill, I need to get my car cleaned, because this car I've just kind of accepted. Like I know it's part and parcel of having a dog, but like I'm never gonna have a clean car ever again. But I'm gonna try and keep on top of it, because at the moment it's absolutely battered from this week, and this is week 1 of walking her.
They just called me and said that Nala's ready for collection. I'm gonna walk there. It's a 15-minute walk back, so I was like, that'll be better. She's not really enjoying the car at the moment, and I was just like, I'm not putting her through that for a 3rd time today. But he was like, she did phenomenal. Come on Nala. Come on, what are you doing? I am gonna have to wait till we get inside to show you. I can't stop laughing. Like I actually I don't know what I was expecting, but it like, oh my god. I can't go over it. She looks so, wait, sit there. She looks can you just see how fluffy she is? Right, go sit and show everyone your new bath cut. They did trim around her eyes, but they didn't do anything else because they didn't want to like overwhelm her. But he was like saying how good she did. Come here, come over here, come on, show everyone your haircut. Up again. Now sit. Oh my god, you look so beautiful. Guys, she could be a doggy model. Like I know I'm biased, but like, oh my god, she looks so good. She has obviously got a wet mouth. She just had a big drink, but when she came around the corner, I literally just like burst out laughing. I've just never seen her this fluffy, obviously. The other dogs are gonna make fun of you in the dog park, but that's okay. Oh, she smells absolutely incredible. Yeah, I feel like you're all gonna be annoyed at me, but honesty hour, I have been like editing this vlog as I'm going, and I was just editing it and I was like, but I'm not doing any exercise. Like, this is like, basically like I was just beating myself up because I don't feel like I've been very active in this vlog, and like I've not really done enough exercise, and I was like, well, I'm not really a fitness influencer, so if I'm not exercising. And I was just like really having a moment, and I was like, well, maybe I should just go for like a little run, like just like a short one. And I was like, that is so stupid. Also, like, what an awful example to set to any of you if you're kind of like teetering on an injury or having an injury. And honestly, you guys have been my biggest cheerleader like through this injury this year when I've not been able to run my marathon. Like, you've all been there to like support me, and it's almost doing you a disservice. I'm like thinking that like you would be annoyed at me for this, because like I know that you wouldn't. And it's just like this little period of time that I'm going through, and me thinking that I should just go for a run is just so silly. And ultimately, until I go to this physio next week and he says like, yeah, I feel like we can manage this and we can move forward with this, like me doing any form of intense exercise is just like so stupid. Like, I know my injury probably can't really get any worse at the moment, but until I have a professional like guiding me through exercising and telling me what to do and how to like do things, I just need to sit on my bum. Basically, I need to sit on my bum. I need to tell myself to shut up. I need to sit down. And I was like, you know what I can do? I can make myself a nice lunch. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make myself like a spicy, I was about to say shrimp, but you guys would have hated me for that. A spicy prawn, rice and asparagus bowl. Yum! Look at how fluffy you are. Oh my goodness, you're a vision. You're an absolute vision. Every person I take Nala to, vet, groomers, pet store, they're always like, oh my God, like she's so big, like is she a puppy? And I'm like, yeah, she's 4 months. And everyone's like, oh, she's gonna be a big girl. And I'm like, I am well aware. I think I just wasn't like expecting her to grow as rapidly as she is. Bless her little cotton socks. She is a mammoth of a puppy. I have actually, I think I probably mentioned this earlier in the vlog when I said like move, and I'm sure some people are like, where are you moving? I haven't found it yet, but I will be moving out of this apartment next year.
I love this apartment, don't get me wrong. I feel very like content here. It's been absolutely everything I needed in my first year of being here. But like I just said, I have a mammoth of a puppy who probably needs a bit more space. I feel like I also need a bit more space. Like I feel really ready for something that feels like a little bit more homely here. So that's what we're in the process of hunting for. I still have ages. Like me talking about this is silly because I literally have so long, and I don't want to wish away my time in this apartment because this apartment is always going to be so special to me because it's the first apartment I ever had in LA, which is crazy. It's just nice to also like envision like mine and her like lives like next year. Like I've never had that because it's always just been like me by myself, and now I'm just like, oh, like what are me and Nala gonna be doing, like where are me and Nala gonna be living, and it's nice to have like my little best friend every step of the way. In case you can't tell from the jersey, I'm actually heading off to watch the Dodgers game. So the Dodgers have actually got through to, oh my god, I'm gonna get this so wrong, I really don't know that much about baseball. I think it's the World Series and it's their first game. Apparently it's a really big deal and we're all gonna go to a sports bar. I'm not gonna stick around for the whole thing. Baseball is just so long. Like I think a game goes on for like 4 hours sometimes. So I'm just gonna pop to the bar. It's only down the road. I'm gonna go to the bar for like an hour.
Pizza is always good.
I am now back from the Dodgers. Not I know who won. No. This is yours. I've made me and Nana like a movie night snack each. So she's got a lick pad. I've got some Himalayan salt popcorn and crunchy rocks, and we're gonna watch a movie, which is exactly how I wanted to spend my Friday evening. This is so freaking cute. It's literally girls' night.
Good morning, guys. Me and Nala just off on our morning walk. We're actually heading to Earth Cafe, and we're gonna go meet Jess for breakfast, which would be really nice. But Jess hasn't replied to me, and we're meeting in 10 minutes, and she lives like 30-40 minutes away. So she's either driving and being responsible and not replying, or she's asleep. I feel like she will be there. I feel like she's not the type to oversleep. Good girl, come on. Vlog this morning, I was like, Jess hasn't replied to me, but we're meeting in 10 minutes, and I was like, is she gonna make it? No, I was gonna maybe like cut it in half. No, that's no. I think. No, I'm gonna do it the way you're doing it.
See how you do it.
Is this, no, I'm gonna. I'm.
I've seen loads of girls at the minute. It's so good. Like in general.
Yeah.
Wait,
No. Say bye to your friends. Bye. Oh guys, that was so nice. Just such a nice like breakfast, and then we took her to that little park and she was like playing with loads of other little doggies, but oh my god, she has tumbles in the grass, in the wet grass, and her fresh blow dry it's just no more. I was like, I'm just gonna have to let go of like her ever being pristine like that. Like I think once you bath them you get maybe 24 hours of cleanness. Like her little feet are so muddy right now. And like we are going straight in the bath when you get back.
Good girl. In we go. Good girl. Now, ready? We're not even doing a full wash, Daddy. I'm just gonna rinse them. Get back, feet. Stay there, let me get your towel. Good girl, stay. There we go. There we go.
I have about 4 minutes to drive and make it into my Pilates class, including putting my grip socks on, and that is like a whole mission in itself.
Opposite elbow, opposite knee for 10, 9.
In case you can tell, I did make the class in time. That instructor was so lovely, guys. That class was like a lot more intense, and I didn't really have the opportunity before to be like, I have a sore back. So there was a little couple of like jumpy bits that I just kind of did, but like took at my own pace. But I actually felt like great throughout the, as I was, you know, in the moment working out, I was just thinking like, it genuinely is such a great form of exercise. And one thing I will say is like Pilates is expensive. Like that studio, if we're being frank, is like $40 a class. Now you can buy membership bundles which like discount it heavily, which is what I'm going to be doing. I just kind of want to see if I like it first. And like Pilates isn't the most accessible thing, but you can also do mat Pilates, which isn't reformer, but it's kind of like the movements on a mat. Obviously it's just so good for like targeting your core strength and targeting those teeny tiny muscles that you wouldn't probably activate in the gym. But like, if I can share one piece of advice for all of you girlies, because I know that you probably are runner girlies, it is please just like don't ignore your core strength. I'm sure, you know, in a dream world I would have had a stronger core, I would have done my core exercises, and I potentially couldn't have got injured. I know there's no point saying that because like there's no way of knowing what has caused this, but a massive part of it is like, if your core is strong, it's going to support your back. It's also going to support like every other muscle in your body, because everything comes basically from your back. So just protect it and do your core exercises. Don't skip your core exercises, people. I'm telling you right now. Anyway, let's go back and cuddle that very, very fluffy puppy. Okay, team, I'm back from Pilates. I was just sat down because I need to get cracking on editing you, so I'm gonna have to say bye now. Thank you so much for coming with me this week. It's been, you know, a bit of a weird week, not having the best news, but I feel like I have done my utmost to try and turn my frown upside down, and I genuinely do feel like in a positive space with everything, and I want to say like a massive part of that is thanks to all of you. When I posted about my spine injury, I just can't even explain it. Like, the support that you constantly show me through every hurdle in life is just unmatched, and I wouldn't, you know, be able to feel as positive, I'm sure, like if it wasn't for all of you and for all of your advice and all of your support, and it just makes me feel so much brighter and just so grateful for, yeah, literally every single one of you. So thank you so much, literally from the bottom of my heart. So yeah, I'm gonna sign off. Nala, do you want to come say bye? Or are you too busy eating my socks? Come on. I reckon we're 2 weeks away from me not being able to lift this girly up anymore. Say bye to our internet friends. Right guys, thank you so much for watching this week's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and me and little Fluffbutt over here will see you next week.